Hello and welcome back to PowerPoint. We're going to cover the PowerPoint Chapter 1 and we're going to look at the Mastery Assessment Project 1.5. So I'm here in Blackboard in the PowerPoint lesson folder and I'm going to click on Price List here. And that's going to bring up the PowerPoint presentation that we're going to be modifying for our assignment. And when we open up a PowerPoint file, or actually any file, if you have this little yellow bar across the top, that means that it's opened up in protected view. That means if there's any macros or if there's any viruses, you can still look through it, but it's not going to download anything to hurt your computer. If you know it's safe, you can just click on Enable Editing. Now you may or may not get that Enable Editing. It depends upon the settings on your own computer. So here now we've opened up PowerPoint and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here so I can concentrate on that screen there. So when we open up any Microsoft Office program, we're going to see this ribbon across the top, and this ribbon is actually the brains. It's the power for your program. Any Microsoft program is going to have it. Each one's going to be unique though to that particular program. Here in PowerPoint we have our ribbon, and each ribbon we have different tabs. You see a tab for Insert, Design, Transitions, Animations, Slideshow, Review, and View. Each tab contains different commands that you can use. So here on the Home tab we're going to see all of the different commands that are the most common in PowerPoint. If they're grayed out, that means we can't select those commands yet, and that's because we don't have anything selected on our slide. The Insert tab, you can see, when I select it, we have a different group of commands. This is where you're going to insert something, be it a picture, a screenshot, a shape, maybe a hyperlink, some word art, headers, footers. If you're going to insert something, you're going to find the commands here on the Insert tab. Under Design, you're going to be able to change how your background looks on your PowerPoint presentation. You can see when I move my mouse over the little thumbnail for the themes, it changes my background so I can actually see what effect that would have on my slide. That is called a live preview. You can see now over the variants, that's where I'm changing just the colors of the slides and a little bit of the background as well. Transitions and animations we'll get to in a couple of previous chapters down the road. Slideshow is where we can actually play our slideshow so we can actually look at it to see what our presentation would look like. Review is where you can review, say for spelling, maybe you need to change the language to a different language. And on the View tab you can actually change the view of your presentation. Now down here in this box down here, this is called our desktop. This is where we're actually working on our slide. Here in our navigation pane, you can see there's 3 slides in our current presentation. I have my rulers showing on my desktop. If your rulers are not showing, you want to click on the View tab and then select Ruler. And you can click on the ruler, just that by selecting that little box turns the rulers on and off. Same, you have grid lines and you have guides. So if you want to be specific about where you want to place stuff on your slide, you can use these. Now these grid lines and guides are not going to print, so you don't need to worry about that. Over here on the left side on our View tab, we have our different views that we can choose from. Now we have our normal view, we have an outline view. The outline view is going to just show the text over here in the navigation pane, and we can actually just click over here to change information as well as clicking over here in our slide. The slide sorter view just gives us all of our thumbnails, and we'll get into more details on those in a future lesson. Note page. If we have added notes, they're going to appear here. It's the only time you're going to be able to print them is if you print the note page. And a reading view just gives you the reading. You can just go through and read the text, so it's a good way to go through and check your spelling. Now down here at the bottom of our PowerPoint window, you have the options to go into 4 of the views as well. So here's normal view, slide sorter, the reading view, the slideshow, which is your presentation. So normal view is the default view right now. Because we were in outline view, when we switch to the normal view down here, it takes it to outline view. I'm going to switch it back to normal view. So you can see we can change the views either up here on the tab or down here at the bottom. There's usually more than one way to do anything in Microsoft Office programs, so there's not one wrong way, one right way. It's just the way you're most comfortable with. Now in our directions for our presentation, it's on page 39 here in our textbook, and it says open up the price list, and we've done that. We want to move the Black Ice Armageddon skis from slide 3 to the bottom of slide 2. So to do that, we're going to first click on slide 3, and we select slide 3. That brings it up, and we want to select this Black Ice Armageddon skis. So we're just going to click on the front of it and just slide over with our mouse, or you can click on the back and slide over whichever way you want to. And we're going to move this. So we're going to, there's different ways you can do it. I'm just going to do a cut and paste. So I'm going to come up here on the Home tab, and I'm going to click on Cut, and I'm going to go up here to slide 2, and I want it underneath this black ice. So I'm going to click over here at the end of the black ice. I'm going to hit the Enter key to put a new blank line in, and then I'm going to click Paste. And so now I didn't have to retype it. I've actually moved it from slide 3 to slide 1. Now what we want to do is we want to, on slides 2 and 3, increase the price of every item by $10. So we're just going to start here with slide 2. Here are the Millennium skis. We need to change this to 59. So I'm just going to highlight the 4 and change that to a 5. And then 519, need to change that to a 2. And 698, that's going to bump that up to 70. So I'm going to highlight both the 6 and the 9 and then change that to 70. And the 69 here, I need to highlight that and change that to 70 as well. I'm going to go to slide 3. I'm going to change this to 9. And this 19 needs to be changed to 20, and the 21 needs to be changed to 22. Okay, so now step 4 says to print the presentation. Now we're not going to print it, but I'm going to show you how to print it, because you need to know how to print the presentations. So we're going to come up here to the File tab, and that's going to take us to what is called the backstage view. And so this is information on our presentation. Over here it tells us how big it is, if there's any hidden slides, how long we've been in it. Okay, so over here we have different options, and so here's print. So if I click on print, see, I have the option to increase my copies. How many copies do I want? What am I going to print it on? If this isn't the right printer, I'm going to click here on Printer Properties and select the correct printer. I can print all slides, or I can print just a selection, maybe just the current slide, or I can set a range. Maybe I only want to print slides 2 or 3. I can print the full page slides. This is where it's really important when you're printing a presentation from one of your instructors. You usually don't want a full page, because some of those presentations can be like 80 pages. So you want to print a handout, and like 3 slides on the handout. It's going to put 3 little thumbnails on a page with lines where you can take notes, or you can even get 6 slides. So if we had a total of 6 slides, they would all appear here. We'd have our date that we printed it out at the top and the page number down here at the bottom. Print one-sided if you wanted to print it one-sided or two-sided, and that depends upon the printer whether or not you have that option. Collated means, do you want it to come out as 1, 2, 3 slides, or do you want, if you're doing multiple copies, do you want slides 1, 1, 1, then 2, 2, 2, then 3, 3, 3? Portrait orientation, you can change it from portrait to landscape, and whether or not you want to print it in color or black and white. Okay, so if I was ready, I would just click print, and it would go to this HP OfficeJet and print, and it would print exactly what I see right here with the 3 slides. So we're not going to print it, but we're going to save it. So we're going to go to File, and I'm going to click Save As because I want to change the name. The main thing is to remember where you save it. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to click on my computer. I'm going to click on this Browse button right here. And I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to create a new folder. So I'm going to click up here on New Folder, and I'm going to name this folder Computer Applications, Spring, well, actually not Spring, let's just put Computer Applications Assignments, and enter. So now I want to open that folder. So up here, I'm on my computer, on my desktop, and I'm in my Computer Application Assignments folder. And down here in my file name, I want to call this name this one New Price List. And it tells me that in the instructions, it tells me exactly what I need to name it. And I'm going to click Save. And then up here at the top of my file, it says New Price List. And so now I can close this. I can go back to the assignment in Blackboard and click on the name of the assignment, come down here, attach file. So I'm going to browse my computer, find where I saved that file at. So right here, oops, wrong one. So I don't want to attach this one. I want to browse my computer and go back to Computer Applications Assignments and New Price List, and then I'm going to click Submit. If you have any comments, you can put them right here. Just click Submit. When you submit your assignment, you won't see this little red thing up here. This is here because I'm in the instructor review, but I know that it comes from you, so you don't need to put your name on it. So after you get that submitted, then give me up to a week after the due date, and I will get it graded for you.